Okay, so I realized that if I put my hand on top of the shoe, it doesn't fit. It falls off the page. But I really want to see my hand because it's supposed to look like you're falling. So I'm going to layer my hand where the top of the shoe is. I'm going to trace my hand. Tracing, 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 tracing. And it's gonna look like my hand is behind the shoe. Does that make sense? But if you want your hand to be up higher, like let's say you have more space because your hands and feet are smaller, you would just put your hand up a little bit higher and draw a line to be the end of where your hand is. So then you're gonna do it with your other hand. Now here's where it gets tricky because you have to trace with your left hand, which is probably not as strong as your other hand, but just do your best. Okay. So there's my left and my right hand. I'm gonna go over this with my Sharpie. Okay, now we're gonna draw. So now that it's sort of starting to form a shape, we're gonna draw, your head is gonna go here, your body is gonna go here, and your arms are gonna connect and your legs are gonna connect. That's kind of what's happening with your artwork. So you wanna start with your head, and you have to keep in mind your head is behind your hands. So you're not gonna draw your lines over your hands. Every time you get to a hand line, you have to stop. So if my head is gonna go like this, round, I'm gonna stop. Do you see how I drew my head so that it was behind the hands? I didn't draw the neck, I left that open, but I just drew the shape of my head. So then I'm gonna draw my nose because my nose is right in the middle of my face. So I'm gonna draw a nose. And then I'm gonna draw some eyes and I'm gonna make them look like they're surprised, like, oh no, I'm falling. But my hand is covering this side of my face. So I'm gonna make sure when I get to that eye, I make it go behind the hand. So going like this and going like this. Do you see how I drew the eye, but it's behind that finger? And then I'm gonna color in my pupils and add some eyelashes. And I'm gonna add some really surprised eyebrows. And then my mouth, I'm gonna draw it like, ah, I'm falling. But you can make it look however you want. It can be any facial expression that you want. Then you're gonna add in your hair. And your hair's not gonna look nice and neat. It's gonna look kind of crazy because it's going all over the place. So since I have long hair, I might make it long and curly and kind of going everywhere because I'm falling. And remember, your hair goes behind your hands. Isn't that so funny? Okay, so now we're gonna draw our little chin and our neck and our shoulders, and they're small because they're up higher. And then the arms can come down and connect, down and connect. And you could do the body. And then the legs. So I had a little mistake there, but that's okay. I'll make it work. So once you have the general shape done, doesn't it look like you're falling onto your own paper? Then you're gonna add in all the details. So the shoes, these are the bottoms of your shoes. So you can look at the bottoms of your shoes and you can copy the patterns however you want. But remember, if you make up your own patterns, they have to match. So whatever you do on the left shoe, you have to do on the right shoe. And then you can add in any details you want. Excuse me. You can add in clothing, like let's say maybe you want to put this, put on a t-shirt, and I'm going to use my little mistake to make a pattern. So I'm going to do a striped t-shirt. Maybe you want to be wearing a belt. Maybe you're wearing pants, or you could make them shorts or a skirt or whatever. I'm going to add some more hair in. For the hands, your hands are this way. They're this way. So you're not going to draw your fingernails in, but you could even draw in those little lines. You could add a bracelet, earrings, whatever you want. Any details that you want on yours. And then you're gonna take your crayons and you're gonna color it in. So here we go. I'm gonna start with my shoes, the bottom of my shoes. At this point, if you haven't outlined all your pencil lines in black, you could definitely do that before you started coloring. That would be great. I also want to show you some other options. So I drew myself, but let's say you wanted to do, if this was your face, you wanted to do a ponytail. If these are your eyebrows, you could do some bangs, maybe a little rubber band, and your ponytail going a crazy direction. If you wanted to do a braid, your hair would do the same thing. So you would make a ponytail and then you just do an X pattern inside the ponytail, and it kind of looks like a braid. Let's say you have short hair. That was not a good circle at all. Let's try again. Let's say you have short hair. Maybe you could do your hair all sticking up, all spiky and crazy. That's funny. For your lips, you could do a big open mouth like that. You could even draw in some teeth. Ah, funny, right? So you can kind of make it however you want. You can also mix media. So let's say you have crayons, you could also use pastels. I'm gonna go get some markers in a moment and use those because I find that when I mix mediums, things come out really well. They really pop, but you're welcome to do whatever you like. So I'm just gonna keep coloring, and in the next video, I will show you my final project, and I can't wait to see what yours looks like.